I said recently I was working with Paradox Interactive on a thing. Everyone assumed that thing was City Skylines. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce it wasn't, but there is a new City Skylines trailer for Parklife, which I believe releases on May 24th, according to Twitter. I might be wrong on that, but today we're going to do something different. I've never done a trailer review, and a lot of simmers do this, and I figured, you know what? People know me for City Skylines. Why don't I do it with City Skylines Parklife and see if we can analyze what's in the trailer? But first, we're going to watch the trailer, and I'm not going to talk over it because I'm not one of those reaction people. I'm not going to talk over it the first time. We'll talk over it the second time. And yes, my t-shirt has the TARDIS on it. In fact, it's Doctor Who the movie, which, sorry, this is Doctor Who and the Daleks. That's nothing to do with it. I just really like this t-shirt. Okay, City Skylines Parklife. It looks kind of neat. It looks like it's got like national park style stuff in there. It looks like it's got fairgrounds and zoos. It also has a couple of details in there I'm actually really interested in. So we're gonna go through this nice and slowly and have a look. And the first thing is actually here in the first frame of the video. I want you to look at these paths, right? These are pedestrian paths. At least I assume these are pedestrian paths because there's no cars on them. But what's most important about these, you can plop stuff on them. Look at around the paths. If we watch here, see that on the left there? That right there, that's exactly like a lot of the other ploppable stuff in the game that you can only usually put on roads. So that's kind of a big deal. I think there's a few more examples. Like there's a park in there and there's some of like the towers and stuff. It looks, I might be wrong, but it looks to me like there are pedestrian paths that you can at least plop things on. I don't know if you can zone on pedestrian paths. I might be horrendously wrong. But it looks to me like you can do stuff on pedestrian paths. And then even in here, we've got like stuff on it. We got some decorative stuff. We got like the rocks and stuff. But this looks to me like a pedestrian dirt trail that has lights on it, which I think is new. The dirt paths usually don't have lights on them, so that's one kind of cool thing. Make your cities flourish. We have a theme park here, which if we do have things that can be plopped on paths, is kind of a big deal because it means that I assume all of these assets are separate. I might be wrong on that because I know that I think with Green Cities, there was the Central Park was like one big park with a road going through it. So I might be wrong, but I'm hopeful that these are all like separate assets that you can plop anywhere you want, which would kind of make sense with the Parklife idea. You know, you build your own park, make your city flourish. And then I believe this next part was a national park and a zoo, which might follow the same format. I think the zoo, I think if all of these follow the same format where you can put down the paths and put all the stuff over the paths in your own area, that'd be really neat. That'd be really cool if we actually have pedestrian paths that you can put stuff on. So there's new parks, tools, and tours, and then you have this shot here. And this right here is what really makes me think that this could be custom zonable pedestrian paths. Because we can see pedestrians on it on the left there, over there. We can also see some fence around it, which again kind of makes me think that maybe we're getting stuff like prop line tool into the game by default, because that fence doesn't follow a straight line and it's a bit of an irregular shape. So maybe the new tools is alluding to the idea of like prop line tool kind of in the game, as well as like the tours thing where you can put stuff on pedestrian roads. And maybe these roads are accessible to emergency vehicles, maybe they're not. I don't know how that'll work, but we're 15 seconds into the trailer and I have a lot of speculation. I have a lot that I'm speculating about, and I might regret it. I might regret it. I might build and hype over something that doesn't exist. These might just be one individual ploppable asset. Like, you might just place the whole thing and that might be it. I don't know. It's a walk in the park. I see what they did there. This right here, though, is what makes me think that this is ploppable, or sorry, pedestrian roads that you can at least plop stuff on. Because if you look at the intersection where this lizard fella's slowly walking into, it behaves, at least it looks like, in exactly the same way the intersections in City Skylines usually do. So you'll notice this most if you have any of the mods that change the color of your roads. But if you have dark roads and lead it into an intersection, the intersection is always like a light gray. And it looks like this behaves in the same way. It looks like these red pedestrian paths go into like a gray, kind of gravelly cobblestone intersection when they connect together with 3 or more junctions. I assume if this was a straight corner, you know, from one path leading around to another, it would, you know, all be red. But this looks like an intersection. This looks like pedestrian paths that we can zone stuff on. And there's a lot of cool assets in the background. Obviously, we've got the fairground stuff again. There's a Ferris wheel way in the back. It looks like some dropping towers, a roller coaster, a carousel. We've got this lizard guy, which, I mean, that makes it worth it alone. This DLC is worth it for lizard people. Confirmed. Mark Zuckerberg is in the DLC. Let's get on with it. This right here, I actually, when I first saw this, I thought, oh, this has been in the game already. It isn't. This was in SimCity 2013, had the hot air balloons. But this is kind of neat. I actually really like the idea that we're doing more stuff with the sky, because I really like the blimps. I love the blimps that are in mass transit. I thought those were really fun. I don't use them much, but I really do enjoy them. I think they look really cool going over the city. So if these hot air balloons potentially follow the same idea, you know, you have a preset path, then what I assume is you make this preset path and it goes like over your parks and stuff, and it can be like a tour of your city or something like that. And again here, this right here all along the path is making me think that it's zonable. Also, again, just to point out, this is a dirt path, right? It's a dirt path, but look on the left. They've actually got wooden bridges in. So dirt paths can now go over bridges. That's something we haven't had before either. It also looks like there's a lot of new trees in here, which I'm quite excited about. It looks neat. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. It looks really neat. I think it'll be kind of fun to play around with it, especially if it does add in a lot of customization options for cities, which it looks like it'll do. I'm kind of excited to see what people do with it in terms of building. It really looks quite interesting. So, City Skylines Parklife. It's coming out whenever it's coming out, and I'll be playing it on the channel most likely. So thank you kind of for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it. Go check out the trailer yourself if you want to analyze it. I'll link it below, and I'll see you in City Skylines. Bye-bye.